This section is all about the way Duchenne is inherited through the generations. We will also have sections on who carriers are and how the condition affects them. Genetically inherited conditions are complicated and often bring up difficult thoughts, emotions and feelings. Here at Action Duchenne, we advocate for those affected to talk to genetic counsellors where possible. We would also encourage you to always reach out and get in contact with our support team if you or someone you know could benefit from some guidance around this topic. Thank you.
We had a discussion about the mutations. So we said that there are spontaneous or de novo mutations, and there are cases when Duchenne muscular dystrophy is inherited or passed on by a parent. So in that case, a parent is a carrier. So I would like to discuss what a carrier is and how we define female carrier.
Absolutely. So a carrier is someone who carries the mutation for the gene that is affected. So in this case, we're talking about an X-linked inheritance. So females carry the mutation on one of their X chromosomes, or the change in the recipe manual, the gene. So the mutation is carried on the X chromosome. So the females are actually called carriers of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And carriers, of course, have an increased chance of having sons with Duchenne and daughters who are carriers. And we've kind of gone over it in our inheritance section, where we talk about how that is, how a carrier mother can lead to an offspring with carrier daughters and boys who have Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, and I think it's worth adding that some carriers, they may have some symptoms of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So it can be muscle weakness or sometimes even heart issues. So there are carriers who have no symptoms, but there are carriers who have some symptoms. So those are called manifesting carriers. And it can be just muscle cramps. It can be just when they have too much exercise, they feel tired or they feel a shortness of breath after going up the stairs. But it is very important that all carriers are evaluated by the healthcare, by the clinicians, and just to know their status, whether they are carriers or not, if they have children with Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize that if you carry the mutation for Duchenne muscular dystrophy on one of your X chromosomes, you are a carrier, regardless of whether you display the symptoms or you don't display the symptoms, or whether you have a child with Duchenne muscular dystrophy or don't have a child with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, or whether you have had, sort of some family history of Duchenne muscular dystrophy or not. So just the fact that you carry the mutation on one of your X chromosome, that classes you as a carrier.
Yeah, and it just important to remember there are some statistics that are saying whether it's like what is the percentage of inherited Duchenne muscular dystrophy and what is the percentage of de novo or spontaneous mutations. So according to the paper, 70% of Duchenne is inherited from parents, from a carrier. But again, even when it is inherited and the mother is a carrier, I just want to emphasize that it is no one's fault. It's also mutations that happened in a carrier, whether it's a germline mutation or it's other type of mutation, spontaneous mutations that happened in a carrier when she was having a child. It's not affected by environment or food or anything. It's no one's fault. It's just a spontaneous mutation. And so the mothers who have a child with Duchenne, they have to be tested to see whether they are carriers, just to know if they are potentially going to expose any symptoms. They just need to know, because there is also a specific therapy that will be aiming to help the carriers to prevent any health concerns if there will be any.
Absolutely. And a manifesting carrier, so we talk about carriers, but then like I talk about two carriers sitting next to each other, and one displays the symptoms and the other doesn't, but they're both classed as carriers. However, a manifesting carrier is someone who displays the signs and symptoms of Duchenne muscular dystrophy, similar to a male, not to that sort of extreme, but they might have sort of muscular problems or problems in walking long distance, or breathing, a shortness of breath, for example. And that is what kind of means that you're displaying the symptoms of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And I think regardless of you being a carrier or whether you're manifesting the symptoms, it's really, really important for you to get sort of the right care and testing done. So there are currently no tests that can be done just to say, oh, you're going to be a manifesting carrier. Because you're a carrier, you're going to display the symptoms. There's no test like that. But of course, if you do have symptoms of like, shortness of breath, or you have instance of muscle weakness, or things you're not able to do that you were able to do when you've got pain, for example, it is so important to go to the sort of the right care. The medical care is so important, because once you're on the right path for care, it can really make a difference to the quality of life you have, and getting the right support down the line to kind of ensure that you do lead the best life, with the tools available.
Yeah, Mary, that is very well said. So just knowing the status of a carrier, it is important to take care of yourself, to know your health condition, and if there are any concerns, just to get the proper treatment or prevention to prevent any potential health issues. So that's why this information is very important.
Here at Action Duchenne, we are committed to inform, but also support you through your Duchenne journey. If you'd like to talk about anything raised in this video, please feel free to contact us on 07535 498 506, or alternatively email us at info@actionduchenne.org. Thank you.